What's up, Stampers? Welcome to the Basement Studio. We are crafting here together today. This is Amy Rich. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that is always happy to be here with you on a Saturday morning or a Wednesday afternoon. And it's great to be sharing today one last Easter project. I haven't really done any Easter projects, so I guess one Easter project. And this one is going to be something that you can do quickly now before Easter, or save the idea for next year because we have a really good deal on some products that I'm going to share with you today. So thank you so much for being here this afternoon, whether you are watching live here or you are popping on to watch later. It is always good to connect over paper. I am loving all of the things happening with Stampin' Up! Right now, so we will be talking about some of that throughout the day today. Including the new rewards program, which benefits more of you. And I'm so happy that they've gone to this. There are other places where I am spending my money and earning rewards, and you will be able to do the same thing here. So in the past, we've had, if you spend $150, you will then get host rewards, right? So that's how it's been for as long as I've been around, which is almost 24 years. And now with just a $20 order, you can earn some rewards back. So 10% rewards on any orders, $20 or more, that you can spend on a later order, and you can accumulate them and use them together. They do expire though, so watch for that. But I will talk a little bit about how to find that information on the website once you have logged in. So good afternoon, Cindy. Great to have you here. It is so good to be here on a beautiful day. Now, I think tomorrow we're supposed to get a bunch of rain. And, we always talk about how our weather heads east after it's here. And so if you are in Wisconsin, I'll let you know if there's rain, because you can expect that the following day usually, right? So we are batting down the hatches. Is that the saying? Hi, Becky. We are preparing for a little rain, thunderstorms, in fact, which are my favorite. But sometimes the basement studio gets leaky, so I'm going to have to watch that tomorrow if it's hard rain. I'll let you know. I'm sure it'll be fine. Great to have you. Thanks for popping on, everybody. We are going to flip the camera and get started on our project right away. And I have recently spent some time cleaning up my space in the studio. Oh gosh, that really zooms in fast. And it's so much more comfortable to be in here right now than it was last week or even earlier this week. So this is a good thing. I'm happy to be sharing today on a little bit lighter space. Okay, so we're going to create, hi Carla, we're going to create an Easter basket, and I wanted to share with you a product that we have in our online store right now. I can't remember what catalog they were in, but I don't think it's the current mini catalog. It might have been the last one. But anyway, it's these gift bags combo pack, and the combo pack means there's some of each size, and in fact there are 8 of each size, so you can choose to give a little gift. And look at how cute they are. They're just like a regular gift bag, or this one here, which is a little bit bigger. We're going to opt for this bigger one because I want to do some things with a little bit bigger space. And I know it's white on white here. I probably shouldn't have chosen that, but I'll try to hold it up and make sure you see everything just fine and dandy. So an Easter basket or an Easter bag out of this product right here is what we're going to be working on. And these are available, so 16 bags, 8 of each size, for $8 right now. So they are, excuse me. Oh, no problem, Carla. You do what you gotta do. That's not good when you hear those sounds when we're talking plumbing. No, ma'am. All right, so we're going to be using some other Last Chance products. Now, I'd like to just go over the idea of the Last Chance with you again. The Last Chance Now. Ooh, I'm getting that dirty. I didn't really want to do that. The Last Chance Now switch is just they sit there until they're gone, or Stampin' Up! Removes them from the online store. So what happens is every other month, the Last Chance section of the online store gets updated, whether it be with new prices, new products, and then it will be available while supplies last, essentially. Well, one of the other products, or three of the other products, I think, on the Last Chance list are the Link Together bundle, which includes the stamp set, the dies, and the masks. So we're going to use the masks today, as well as some of the dies, well, and even a stamp. All right, we're using it all. But there's another product here that I want to talk about that just made itself available in the online store in March, and that is this trio pack of punches. These punches are great for little tags, especially. We're going to be using them for other things as time goes, but for now, today, we're going to use them as tags, and for our tag, and we're also going to use it for our ribbon, which will act as handles on our bag. So, well, Sherry, that's exciting. Yay! So we're going to start with our masks. And you can see that the Linked Together masks, which coordinate not exactly with this die right here, but in style, come in a 5-pack. And they are numbered at the top at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there's a little notch out of each one, which shows you where to line up your things. So let me show you what I mean. So here I'm not using grid paper. I could flip it over, but that other side is so busy that I'm just going to mark left and right and these bottom corners. Then we know the bag is where it belongs each time we use a new mask. Then we're going to start with mask number 1. And as you can see, it doesn't quite fit the whole thing. So we are going to make it so that it's got a little, I'm just going to use how it shows here with a little border of white all the way around. So we're going to make like a lattice on our bag. And thanks, Debbie. I appreciate that. And we're going to start with Petal Pink ink and a brand new blending brush, which was really exciting for me. When I went to grab a blending brush for my Petal Pink ink, I couldn't see where I had any pink blending brush. So I started a new one. Thankfully, I had some sitting there. So I'm just going to go over my whole mask, and it'll take a little bit of time. So hang in there with me to start creating our little decorative background here. And we're going to do the same thing on both sides of the bag. As you saw earlier, I went ahead and folded down the bottom of the bag so that I could reach the whole front. And that was important. So I got that taken care of. And you can kind of peek, see if it's how you like it. I need to get down here in the corner a little bit more. And okay, the thing about this is it doesn't have to be even. Don't get caught up in, it's got to be even ink everywhere. Nope. Don't even worry about that. Oh, I forgot, you know what I forgot to do? So I did this part, but I forgot. And with these masks, I should be able to line them up okay. But what I would suggest doing, I'm going to try to get it back in place here, is mark my little V also. So it's nice to have some points of reference there. Well, Michigan, yay. You know, Michigan is one of those interesting states that when you live in Minnesota, like I do, you have to go to Michigan on purpose because it isn't on its way to anywhere. If we go east, we go through down through Chicago, you know. So I've never been to Michigan, which is crazy. Actually, wait, I may have been to where it where there's a bridge between Wisconsin and Michigan. So maybe I have. But can you really count that? Because I only went over there to go shopping. I don't know. But Michigan is just not a place, like I haven't had family there or close friends. So we just haven't gone to Michigan. Now, my husband, on the other hand, grew up for part of his life. His dad was Air Force. Grew up part of his life in Oscoda. So I don't know where that is in comparison to where you live, but it's pretty cool. Oh, taking the ferry. That sounds lovely. Very lovely. I like it. All right, so we've got our petal pink base down there, and I'm only going to use 3 colors. So now I have to decide how I want this to look. So here's what I would suggest. If I'm only going to use 3 masks, I'm going to layer them. Ooh, yeah, that's the one I'm going to use. So here, if I layer them, you can see, here's number 2. Here's number 3. Okay, see how that layering happens, and all those colors will be so fun when you use 5 different ones. This one adds some really interesting twists. And then finally the 5th one. Yeah. So there's a lot you can do with these. All right, so that is good. So we're going to go to number 3. I'm going to do 1, 3, and 5. So for the next color, I'm going to use Fresh Freesia. And we are going to make sure our bag is in place. Bag. We had this conversation again over the weekend. It's a bag. Again, Minnesota, you know, whatever. We say things. We have an accent. I get it. I will admit it. It's totally fine. So I'm going to line up the V here. And then snag my next, oh gosh, okay. This was Gorgeous Grape, but I think we'll be fine with the Fresh Freesia. All right, so we're going to ink up our Fresh Freesia. And this is one of the larger blending brushes, so that might go a little bit better. So I looked up color combos, as I do, on Pinterest. And this is one that I found that I thought was kind of unique and fun. A little bit springy because it has these light colors as some of our main colors in the background. And then look at that. Ooh, that's cool. And then we're going to flip it, line it up, get our V lined up. And is it lined up? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when you got a camera in your face. All right, so we're going to just finish both sides right away. I toyed with just doing the one side and then finishing the other one off camera. But then I feel like I'd maybe want to take my bag apart, and you'll know what I mean. Bag apart. Oh, I should just remove that word from my vocabulary. Look, I got off a little bit there. I must have shifted. But it's still super cute. And finally, the last color that I'm going to use, I'll use that for the back of the bag. And the last one, I'm going to do number 5. So mask number 5 is next. I'm going to put these in place. I'm going to put that right there. And then we're going to have these dark little flowers. All right. So we'll just go over. And I'm not going to do overkill. I'm just going to go over. And so this is, if you've got a way to just decorate the bag, you could stamp on it. You could I don't know, whatever you want, to create cute little pattern on it. And I'm going to do the other side really quick. You could have just a quick homemade Easter bag for someone special. For someone special. It's a challenge, my friends. It's a challenge. Okay, so here we go. Finishing up our little pattern, background pattern, and then we'll create a tag for the bag. Oh gosh, I'm amusing myself because we just had this conversation at my brother's house the other day, how hard it is for Midwesterners to speak like everybody else. Well, and I would say the same for like New Yorkers or, whatever. Okay, cute, right? I like how that turned out. So you can play around with the combinations of these different masks, but for my purposes here, I am happy with what I got. That is so cute. And then I'm going to bring in my dies next. So I have cut the oval out of Petal Pink, and I'm going to get rid of this now because I think we're done with that. And I'm going to go back to my Night of Navy ink and bring out my stamp set. So all of this comes together in a bundle. Hi, Julie. And I'm just going to use the word enjoy. There's no Happy Easter in this bundle, but you certainly could do specifically Easter if you have a Happy Easter stamp set or a stamp. And I am just going to stamp it over to the right a little bit in Night of Navy. So again, my color combo is Night of Navy, Fresh Freesia, and Petal Pink. Now these, I talked about these at the beginning. I keep them on my desktop now. I do too, Vicky. That's so pretty. I keep them on my desktop now because I find myself grabbing them regularly. And I'm going to use just the 1/8 inch circle punch here to punch a hole in my tag. That is so hard. I wish I could explain how hard it was. And then we're also going to bring the bag in. And then I'm going to push in my punch essentially all the way, line it up on the score line. I took my glasses and put them on my head, of course, so they're not doing me much good. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Drat. Okay, never mind. Start over. Not start over, but okay, so we're going to go inside, right at the top, inside, so that we don't punch through all the layers, but just the front and back. So we're going in like this. All right, we have a couple extra holes in the bag, whatever. And I did snip those. Snip it a little bit. Okay, then look at this ribbon. The Petal Pink ribbon is so pretty. It is not available right now. Hi, Joan. Yay! Great to have you here. But it is coming back. It is not on the last chance list, so you'll be able to get your hands on it. But we're just going to. I gotta raise you up a little bit here. We're just gonna poke an end through, tie a knot, and try to make a big fat knot so that when you pull it, it doesn't pull through. You can knot it twice if you have to. If the ribbon, I mean, you want good sturdy ribbon to make these knots if you're going to put anything heavy in it. So keep that in mind. But how stinking adorable is this? Ha! All right. So we'll do that to both sides so that it has a double handle. And I will say about punching these, you could, like I could have done this to punch them. I should have done that to punch them, but I didn't. So do what I say, not what I do situation here. But we're going to pull these so that we've got a knot to carry. Oh, love it. And then we need to finish off the tag. So I'm going to get these in place. Okay. So here's my little, look at how cute. Cutesy cute. And then gift giving supplies. Yes. Now there are a couple different ways that you can do this. I'm going to try maybe a way you hadn't thought of before. I mean, you can put some twine through there, whatever, and tie it. But I'm just going to, let's see, how do I want it to, okay. I'm going to cut a slit and then slide it on our ribbon. Look at that. And it just comes back together on the other side. Look at, so it'll stay unless you purposefully yank it off. All right, now I'm gonna close this up and finish with some flowers. So I cut the flowers out of fresh freesia, and I'm just going to adhere these to the tag. Oh boy. I hope you're laughing at me trying to speak, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy. Okay, so we're going to add some of these, and I cut way too many, but I wasn't sure how many I'd want. So I just wanted to, be sure I had enough. And then I'm going to put a Stampin' Dimensional on this one. And we're going to do some layering. And you're like, what about the centers? Well, we do have to fix that. So I'm going to bring in, hold on. I'm going to just bring in these neutral matte dots because they have these great white ones here. So we're going to grab the white ones, put them in the center. Holy smokes, that is cute. So not necessarily a super quick solution to an Easter basket need. However, it's homemade and we love that. Vicky, I can't get rid of it. What can I say? Vicky says it's that Midwestern accent. Yep, I know. Okay, so there's my little Easter bag. And for those of you who popped in late, it is our gift bags combo pack that I used to create this. So the bags were already ready to go. And it's 8 of each in the pack for $8. So 16 bags for $8. That's a pretty good deal right now in the last chance section of our website. I want to talk about one more thing before we scooch, and that is my In Color Club, which will include everything in all of the in colors. So ink pad, ink refill, cardstock, Stampin' Blend, Stampin' Write markers, ribbon, embellishments. All of them are included. You get one color every month for 5 months, and you get to pick which color you get first. And then you can find that information at amyrich.net. I have a blog post all about it, as well as information about my product shares, which include all of the new Designer Series papers in both the online exclusives and the new catalog. So go check that out. Registration for that is due on May 2nd. So I hope that is helpful if you are wanting to collect all of the new colors and or the new DSPs. No news on the cloud cover just yet. Brian said that it will be, Brian Pilling of Stampin' Up! Said it will be soon that we will hear something. So I don't know what that means. So we'll wait and see. Okay, cute little Easter bag today, and I hope you enjoyed it and learned maybe something new. I'm going to flip back And we are going to say goodbye. And I will see you one more time before Easter. So unfortunately, I have not posted those cutting instructions yet. So that is on my to-do list for today. And watch for that. And join me to stamp a great card on Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Central. And if you're not able to make it, I just want to say have a blessed Easter, and we'll see you soon. All right, have a great day.